Hello students. Well, now again I'm back with another set of my video on acids, bases and salts, and today I'm going to discuss about the strength of an acid which is measured, in fact acid or a base, right, which is measured in the form of pH. Okay, now before understanding pH, let me tell you that basically every solution of a compound has hydroxyl and hydronium ions. Okay, so it's not that only hydronium ions are present or only hydroxyl ions are there, or when they dissociate they will only give hydroxyl ions or only hydronium ions. It's not like that. So basically the hydronium ions, or you can say hydrogen ions, okay, and hydroxyl ions, if they are in a balanced condition, that means the number of hydroxyl and number of hydrogen ions are same, then that particular solution will be neutral. Okay, but if the number of hydrogen ions is more than hydroxyl ions, it will become acidic, and if the number of hydroxyl ions exceeds the hydrogen ion, it will become basic. Okay, so this is the basic concept of pH actually. But when we are talking about pH, it is in fact, first of all, let me just tell you, it was defined by a Danish biochemist, Søren Peter Lorentz. Okay, and it means power of hydrogen. What is the level of hydrogen ions present in a particular solution? That is what defines the pH of that solution. Okay, so if the number of hydrogen ions is more, then definitely the pH of that solution will be more acidic. Okay, now mathematically when we are defining pH, it is defined as the negative logarithm to base 10, log base 10 we call it, of hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. Okay, so whatever hydrogen ion concentration is there, the negative logarithm of that particular concentration of hydrogen ion is basically termed as pH. Okay, and we can write pH mathematically. pH is equal to minus log base 10 hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, this you right now you ignore, only pay this attention to this much. So I will basically tell you, though in grade 10 CBSE there is no numericals as such as far as pH is concerned, but still I'll give you a very small example as to how to find the pH of a solution. Okay, now there is a question, I'll just write this question. Right. Now we have to calculate pH of a solution when hydrogen ion concentration, whose hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 2, or you can say moles. Okay, moles per liter, right? Suppose, so we can just say moles per liter, or you can simply say, yes. Now calculate the pH of solution whose hydrogen ion concentration is this much, 1 into 10 to the power minus 2 moles. Okay, so that means this is the hydrogen ion concentration, the moles per liter. So whenever we are calculating the pH, basically pH is equal to minus log base 10 hydrogen ion concentration. It is something like this. Okay, now before we solve this, let me just give you a very simple mathematical formula and calculation of this logarithm. Suppose you have log a to the power b. Okay, this is log base 10, so you can write down b log a, something like this. Okay, so suppose if this is the example, log 10 to the power minus 4, then it will be minus 4 log 10. Now this log 10 is basically 1. The value of log 10 is always 1. So minus 4 into 1, the value will be minus 4. And suppose if I just simply write minus log, so minus log here it will become minus 4 into minus 1 and then it will become 4. Okay, so this is what we are going to use over here. Now when we are talking about pH, okay, so we are actually talking about the hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, so we are basically talking about the hydrogen ion concentration is given, hydronium ion concentration over here is given like this. Okay, moles per liter. Okay, suppose this is given. So this is the formula that we are going to use. So what are we going to write? pH is equal to minus log 1, this is 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, we are going to write like this. So what will it become? It is almost like minus log 10 10 to the power minus 2. It is something like this. It is almost something like this. So its value will become what? 2. Its value will be 2. So it's very simple. Whatever the power you get, this is basically the power of hydrogen, and this will be the pH of the solution. Okay, so usually this sort of numericals it doesn't appear in your question paper, but just for your knowledge I am telling you this thing. Okay, but in terms of CBSE, what you should know about pH is, we should know about the pH scale. Now there is a pH scale which basically is a scale which ranges from 0 to 14. Okay, see. There is a pH scale which basically ranges from 0 to 14, and in between is 7. Okay, so you have 6, you have 5, you have 4, you have 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay, and here you have 8, 9, 8, 9, then 10, 11 and so on. It will go on till 14. Okay, so this is the range of pH. Okay, this is the range of pH that we get. So 7 is considered as neutral. Okay, 7 is neutral. As we move this side, it becomes acidic. Okay, so acidity is increasing. So less the value of pH, more the acidic will be solution, and here the solution will be basic. Okay, so as the value of pH will increase, the solution will become more and more basic. Okay, so always remember, reduced pH level means acidic, increased pH level means basic, and 7 is that pH where the hydroxyl and hydronium ions are in balanced state in any solution. Okay, so this is what pH is. Now there is a lot of importance of pH in our daily life. So this is what is very important for your examination. So first is pH in digestive system. Okay, digestive system. Now when we are talking about our pH in digestive system, you know that there are certain enzymes which basically act in a specific pH. For example, the pepsinogen, it's an inactive form of pepsin enzyme. It is a proteolytic enzyme. Okay, it becomes active only when the pH is low. That's why hydrochloric acid is secreted in the stomach, right? It is a part of gastric juice, right? So in that acidic pH only this pepsin works and breaks the protein. But when it comes to trypsin, the pH has to be more than 7. Okay, so it has to be alkaline, right? So this is one such example how the pH plays a very important role in the digestive system. many a times you have acidity, hyperacidity, okay, due to indigestion. More acid is secreted in the digestive system, and it leads to a burning sensation in the chest and all, and we call it as hyperacidity. So what do? We take antacids. Okay, we take antacids. So what these antacids do? Antacids are alkalis. Okay, for example, magnesium hydroxide or aluminium hydroxide. So all these are alkalis. So they are taken. That this alkali, it neutralizes the acid. Okay, and it increases the pH, due to which we get rid of the problem of hyperacidity. Even baking soda, that sodium bicarbonate and all, is used as some antacids. Okay, so this was the pH in digestive system. Similarly, the pH of the blood. Second, the pH of blood. Okay, now that also has to be maintained. Now this is again very important. It is of 7.36 to around 7.42. This has to be the pH. So blood has to be slightly alkaline, right? Acidic blood is not good because it leads to kidney stones and stone formation. The chances it increases when the blood becomes acidic. Okay, so the pH of the blood has to be maintained in the body, right? And there is something called buffer action, which you will be talking about in higher classes, which you will be studying about in higher classes. That buffer action basically maintains the pH of blood. Okay, right. Similarly, right, this is again very important. pH of mouth. Now pH of mouth is again of great importance, because when the pH of the mouth decreases, it leads to tooth decay. Usually it happens, these bacteria, when they act on the food that is present in between our teeth and all, they secrete acid, and thus they reduce the pH of the mouth. Okay, and this acid can corrode the enamel of the teeth. So what do? We brush our teeth with proper toothpaste. Now this toothpaste is alkaline, so it again elevates the pH of the mouth, thus getting rid of acid and thus protecting our tooth enamel. Okay, so this is again very important. The pH of the mouth, it has to be alkaline, it should not be acidic. Okay, right. Similarly, soil, the pH of soil also is of great importance. There are certain plants which grow in acidic soil, and then there are certain plants which grow in basic soil. So when the soil is too acidic, then lime is added. Farmers, they add lime to the soil when the soil is quite acidic, and many a times when they are too basic, then organic manure is added to the soil. Okay, and with the help of universal indicator, you can also check the pH of any solution, right? So if it is green, it is neutral. Then when it moves from yellow to orange to red, it means that the pH is decreasing gradually, and when it comes to red, the pH is very low. And similarly, it moves from purplish and bluish to violet and purple. Then that means the solution is alkaline, right? So as the alkalinity increases, the shade of blue color also, it keeps on increasing. Ultimately, it becomes purple or very dark blue. Okay, so this was all about the pH of the solutions. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be talking about the chemical properties of acids and bases. By that time, take care.